Hello and welcome to video number 67 here at Clydebridge station, and this is hopefully going to be the final part of the rebuilding of the platforms. You can see before you the station concourse is pretty much complete. There's additional things that will need to be added, but that'll just be part of a regular monthly update. But now you can see how much better it looks, especially with the scale model scenery platforms. When you left me in video number 65, which was the most recent part of building the station platforms, I had run out of stuff from scale model scenery. Such stuff has now come in, and off camera I built this one here, and I'm going to now install the platform bases for the rest of the platforms. We'll then get them surfaced over, do the same with these. I've then also got underneath all of this lot the tricky one at the bottom here, which we'll come to. So what I'm going to do is get on and build the platforms up. And just to let you know once again, I'm using Yoo-Hoo glue and rocket card glue when doing the construction. Yoo-Hoo glue is available from Ryman and Poundland. Rocket card glue you can get from Scale Model Scenery, and a link to all the other bits is available in the description of this video. Another day, another sunny day, and we now have the platforms are complete in terms of them being laid. They are not perfect. I don't pretend that they are perfect. They are now laid, and they are actually a lot better than the ones that I had made originally using balsa wood and MDF. One thing I will actually point out as well for you is that if you are using these and you're using the Yoo-Hoo glue, a little hint and tip I'll give you is be especially careful that in hot weather the Yoo-Hoo glue will start to go off a lot quicker. So you may find yourself putting a little bit more of it on than what you would do in cooler climates. So just be especially careful with that. And another thing to be especially careful with is to make sure that when you're actually doing the cutting of these, that you don't actually go out and cut your fingers or that. I thankfully didn't, but if you're using a craft knife, that's what you have to be very careful of that. You can get safety rulers, I think they're called triangular rulers, so you may want to check that out. Now in terms of what happens next, these gaps here I'm going to leave them now for the simple reason that I know that Scale Model Scenery make their own walkways that will be a sight better than this. So I won't put anything down there yet. However, what I am going to put down is ballast in, like, say, these gaps here, and there's a gap underneath the push-pull train that has to be dealt with. The older platforms were a little bit wider, their bases, and that's why we've got these gaps here, and you can see them there. So they'll need to get all ballasted in, and once I get the ballast in, this is the most obvious example here, what will then happen is that bit of the ballasting will be done. We've also got to do it here at the ends of the roads and over there too, where I removed the old steps that aren't required now. Once the ballast's done, the next thing that will be done is the street furniture, and there is going to be a wee change to that. Previously I had 5 of these, but I'm only going to put 4 down now, and so you maybe put 1 there for instance, so there'll only be 4 down just near the ends of each of the platforms. Why the change? When I used the scale scenes kit, which is basically the downloadable stuff, the sheets were a little bit smaller, so there were more joins in them, and that's why I was able to put them on at each join. That's not the case here. So I'm going by the joins of the platforms rather than the joins of the bits of paper. So I'm going to get started with the ballasting, and another top tip with hot weather, the ballast might well actually dry a lot quicker than what it would do in cooler climates. So we'll get underway with that, and then we'll start laying some street furniture on. Right, I haven't ballasted everything that needs ballasting just yet, but I will be doing that. I'm actually on the verge of running out of ballast as I film this, but I've managed to get all along there done and it's glued down. There might be one or two areas I might need to touch up afterwards. Got into the buffer stops there and over there done. So the next thing is obviously to put on the street furniture. So these will get stuck down with Yoo-hoo glue, and probably about there I think will be sufficient. And what I'll also then do, and this is only going to be applicable at the platforms 1 and 2 now, is, just in case anybody notices, there as well. What I'll also do is I'll put down a couple of figures as well, just so it gives you a bit of realism and lets you see the whole what the other platforms will look like. I've managed to get the push-pull train out, as you could see, so it's sitting out of there now. Always do ballasting with the power off. Never do it with the power on. Always do ballasting with the power off. We'll get this bit done here. That is obviously going to be for another day, another project, doing all the walkways again. But we'll get this platform done, get all the street furniture on, and we'll then look at where we go from there. And this will be in terms of the rest of the street furniture, because there are going to be slight changes made as well to a couple of things, and this will actually be noticeable. There you go, it'll be noticeable down here as well. There's going to be a couple of slight changes. Anyway, we'll get on and I'll start adding the street furniture, and I'll have 4 of these lamp posts and I'll stick them down with the Yoo-hoo glue and hold them for a few minutes to let them set. The signage will be applied to the platform signs beforehand, with the exception of this one. That's still got it on, so I'll put one on the other side there, but we'll get the other signs on, and then after that we'll see where we go from there. As I say, I'm only going to need 4 of the lamp posts, so I've got a potential idea for the use for one of them. Possibly there. But that's going to be for the next video, because I've got something I want to do to there. Maybe even there. Anyway, we'll get on and we'll get the street furniture done on platforms 1 and 2. Well, as it turns out, I've actually got another bag of ballast that I didn't know about, so that'll help get the station area fully done. As you can see, I've actually laid down some of the ballast and glued it down. So that'll start to dry, and as you can see, we've got platform 1 now with its signage on, and I'm halfway doing through platform 2. This actually has been a bit of a problem, this one, because the first lamp post kept falling over, so I've tried another lamp post and it seems to be fine. The trouble I'm going to have is I'm about to wrap up here for the night as I film this, so I'll be shutting the door on the shed in a few minutes, so hopefully everything stays as it is. He's not glued down, by the way, but I'll put him out about there. Got a litter bin there, and I've got these information boards installed there. Still got one more to try and install, which we will do, and that'll be going there. I've got these 2 people to install. Think about that, installing people, it's quite a new one. But anyway, I'll crack on another the next time I'll get the rest of this done. But by the power of magic of YouTube, you'll actually only have to wait a few seconds to see how the platforms do look. I admit they're a bit bare, but hey ho, we will get to that. And so there you have it, folks. After several days of work, including doing some work in the garden as well, we have the completed station scene. Now, The right track signs stuff that I got with the station signs on it only had platform numbers 1 to 4, so I've had to improvise and make my own ones on the computer, 5 and 6 there. I've also up here installed a little fence, and I'll have to do another little bit here, and the idea behind that is to separate off this track area from the platforms. And of course the platforms couldn't go out here for clearance reasons, but it's not really needed anyway because this is where the sleeper train will be going from, so there'll never be a locomotive at this end of the platform 6. The figures are back in, and the bins from Scale Model Scenery are in. They look better unpainted in my opinion, so I've left them like that. Obviously some benches, possibly a couple more folk will be needed on the platforms, and I may install the departure screens as well, electronic departure screens too, from Scale Model Scenery. I've got them. But in the essence of everything, this is the station area now complete. And anything else I do is not going to be the subject of this video, but it'll be the subject of other videos such as a monthly update. The locomotive you see in the station as well, just make it look a little bit better. And so we have got a right good station scene, and it's a lot better than the first efforts I made. Admittedly, there's still a lot of work to be done on the layout. However, that work will get done. I've still got some spare lamp posts left over, so I may use them instead in the depot, and I've got to get signs and that installed at the concourse area too. However, what you've got here is a brand new and a better looking Clydebridge station. Granted, it's not perfect, but I'm happy with it, and all that remains for me to do now is to carry on with the rest of the layout. The next video, by the way, will be coming from the street scene, where I'm going to be finishing off the street scene and some of the problems that I've got, and that'll appear on YouTube in the near future. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour and test of my patience as I tried to rebuild the station, and I hope you think that it looks a lot better than the old effort that I had. So all that remains for me to do is to give you a couple of videos and that to watch. If you could give the following people on YouTube a quick check out. Model railway wise, we need you to go to Everard Junction, Dean Park Station, West Blythe MPD, March West TMD, or March West Junction, one of the two, and also doublerail.com. And non-railway modelling wise, if you want to give a quick check out, please also to JJ Revival, who's a singer from Essex that I know. You'll also find him on Instagram. And if you're looking for people to follow on Twitter, give Nick Mullins a check out. He'll be getting a copy of this video as well. He's a union commentator. So thank you very much indeed for watching, and take care of yourselves, stay safe and enjoy your layouts. Bye bye for now.